Well, hey folks, here's the 2002 StarCraft 2108 pop-up camper that I have for sale. I'll go ahead and show you real quick the outside and the inside. What's good about this one is it's a fairly small pop-up. It has a 10-foot box on it. The empty weight of it, I believe, is 1,600 pounds, and the GVWR, with all your water and all your camping and everything, it can hold up to 2,800 pounds. But it's easy and lightweight to tow. You've got a propane tank on there, which is full. You got a new battery in there. It has your standard 7-way plug right there. It does have trailer brakes, and it will charge the battery as you're towing it. This is your 6-gallon water heater. This here is where you'll plug into shore power if you're not using the battery. 120 volt power right here. This here is the back side of your 3-way refrigerator. It'll run off a 12 volt battery, 120 volt, or it'll run off your propane. Here's the back side of your furnace / heater right here. The intake and the exhaust, the Suburban heater. Obviously that's called an auxiliary shower or an outdoor shower. So you open that up, it has a shower head in there, and you can shower off outside, hot and cold water. It has your standard 2-inch ball hitch right there in the front. Coming to the other side here, there's a propane connection in here, so you can take the indoor-outdoor gas stove, indoor-outdoor. Hooks right here, plug it in with your propane. There's your fresh water tank right there. If you're going to be boondocking or whatever, you fill that up so you have your fresh water. This door here is to access the back side of the toilet. That's the cassette you take out and you dump it. Got a couple 120 volt outlets out here, and you got a light out here. That's pretty much all you have on this side. There's the drain for the gray water for the shower right there. It does have 4-corner crank down stabilizers on each corner. You can see right there. Here's a view of the back side of it here, the rear end of it. Do have a new spare tire back there. All the lights work on it. Brake lights, turn signals, tail lights, everything works on it. The tires on it, they're under 2 years old, and they don't even have any time on them. New tires. The hubs were just greased and adjusted, so it's ready to go. You got a little entry step there. Looking underneath it here, it does have a sprung axle, meaning it has leaf springs. That's the more robust of the 2 axles they use on these. And it does have electric brakes on them. So if you wanted to lift this up for some reason, it would be easy enough to lift up. There's your freshwater tank right there in the middle. And the StarCraft lift system. You can see those metal tubes, it's all enclosed. So it's not exposed to the elements. Okay, the wife just told me breakfast is ready, so I got to wrap this up. But here's the door here. The door stores up here. It just drops right down and latches into place. I just have it up in the storage position. This here's your 2-burner cooktop. Like I say, it can go on the inside or the outside. This here, if you lift this up, let me adjust that so I can lift that up. Okay, so if you open this here's your toilet and your shower, and there is a curtain. Actually have a brand new curtain, and it hangs up here. You can see where the little things are, so that way it covers you up in there so people can't see you. And the toilet, it's never even been used. You can tell it's like brand new. So if you're not using it, you can just have it down and have it as a table or storage. Or, you know, when you're towing it, obviously it's down like this. This stove here just folds up and it stores right here on the floor with that little hook, so that way it doesn't slide around. And then here's your table here. And of course, as you can imagine, the table goes right here between these two booths right here where the dinette is. And when you store it all up and you're towing it, you just flip the table over the other way. The stove goes on the bottom and the table goes right on top and rest on these ledges right here on either side. Here's your power converter right here. That's where your fuses and your breakers are. Right there. There's your propane alarm down there. 120 volt outlet. This does not have air conditioning, but if you decide to add it in the future, it is equipped with a breaker for it in there already. And there's a blank outlet cover right there. You can get access to the power for that. And of course, there's the bunk in there. Everything is super nice and clean in here. No mold, no leaks in the roof, none of that nonsense. Really solid, nice condition. So here's the sink right here. And this here is a flip over counter. So when you're towing it, this will flip over. That board in the back right there will actually rest on the ground right here. There's your 3-way Dometic refrigerator right there. Once again, 12 volt battery, 120 volt if you're plugged in, or propane. It works, it gets very cold. There's your Suburban furnace slash heater right there. It'll warm this whole thing up in no time. That runs on propane. And there's a thermostat for that right over here on the side of the counter right there. That's pretty much it. You got another outlet back here. You've got storage. You got another counter here. You got storage throughout. Different storage compartments and whatnot. You have storage under both seats here. These lift up, and you can see that lifts up, and there's storage under there. You can also access it from the door right there. Another outlet right there. More storage under there. Here's the back bed. This is the smaller of the two. This should be good to, you know, a teenager or a couple kids can sleep back there, no trouble at all. It has all the curtains, you know. All the lights work on it on the inside. Same thing over here. There's a light going there. Now this here, this isn't a leak or anything like that on the roof. This is simply a tape they use where they seam it. You can see it's just like a duct tape, and it's just, they just get buckled. You can see that it just gets buckled over the years, but no leaks or anything. The main thing to look at is in the corner of these pop-ups. If they're going to leak, that's where they're going to leak. So I'll show you all the corners so you know all this hardware here will get all corroded and stuff. You can see there's no leaks anywhere. Super, super clean. Really not much to show. Just storage here and back here and under here. Just different little compartments. One here, one down there, so on and so forth. The main ones are going to be under the seat right there. That gives you a big area right there to put stuff in. But yeah, that's about it. And you have a vent up here on the roof. Just your standard vent that opens. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Not a whole lot to it. It's pretty basic. It does have a shower and a toilet over there if you need it. And of course, your 2-burner indoor-outdoor stove, and the sink here, it has a water pump. You just flip it on, water comes out like normal, like your house. And that's about it. It's really clean though. It's really well kept condition. Now folks, I don't want to turn anyone off from buying it because I do want to sell it. But to be honest with you, when you see these ads for people with these pop-ups and they say, I see the same thing all the time, they say can be towed with any four-cylinder car or SUV. Don't buy it, folks. Can this be towed with a four-cylinder? Yeah, it might be able to, but it's based on your vehicle's ratings. So for this one, the empty weight is, I believe it's 1,600 pounds. So empty means, there's none of your equipment in it. There's the holding tank isn't full or anything like that. So this is 1,600 pounds empty weight. Now, if you load this, I don't see anyone ever loading this thing all the way up to 2,800 pounds. But if you want it to, it'll hold it. The data tag says it will. So just keep that in mind. Just make sure your vehicle, I'm going to say, safe. Make sure your vehicle can tow, I'm going to say 2,500 pounds to play it safe. And it does have electric brakes, which is what this 7-way operates, as well as everything else. I would recommend your vehicle have electric brakes, but if you think you can do it without, that's up to you. Here's the wiring right here. You can just plug that into a 4-way flat, and that'll operate the lights, minus the electric brakes, but that's totally up to you. I just want to throw that out there. I'm all about safety when it comes to towing. All right, folks. Thanks for looking. It's in super nice condition here. All right. We'll catch you later.